Oh man, Jon Jones, man. I've been a fan of Jon Jones. I remember the first time I seen him fight. I can't remember the guy he fought, but this was like right before his title shot, and you know, ever since then, his trajectory just been going up, and he's just been dominating. And he's just been great. And there's never been nobody like him at those weight classes who can do all things. And that's one of my key points when watching a lot of MMA fighters. That's why I like Ilya so much right now, because there's really no flaws to his game. And that's what Jones was. He could wrestle, he could jiu-jitsu, he wasn't the best at it all, but he could do it all, and he utilizes it all in pretty much every fight. There's not too many fights where he hasn't taken a guy down or been down on the ground or used elbows, kicks, leg kicks, body kicks, head kicks. He mixes it up so well. I think that's what comes into the longevity of a guy's career, being able to use all facets of mixed martial arts. That's why guys like George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, Demetrius Johnson, these guys were, setting records, and, I think records that'll stand a long time, because unless somebody can mix it up like them and come in as young as Jon Jones was, the youngest champion UFC history, and I think it's going to be a lot harder for these guys now, because there's so much talent now than it was back then. So many more names and so many more different styles that it's going to be hard for guys to break their records. I think Ilya has the best chance right now at least getting close. A lot of the guys in his division, are one sided. They're either a puncher or a jiu-jitsu guy, or they don't have, the other facets. So Ilya's going to reign a long time unless a young guy comes up different. But this fight was lackluster. I'm going to say that. It wasn't the Jon Jones that I was used to seeing, but it wasn't Jon Jones of old. He still had, I don't know if he just was fighting to his competition, where he didn't have to do too much. I know he was looking out for the punches of Stipe. You could tell he didn't really want to get hit. But other than that, when he gave him that body, that spinning back kick, and he got him on the ground, he exploded. He seen the end, and it was over before that. But I'm not surprised at the results. I figured Jon Jones would win. But my thing is what he's going to do after. If he fights a guy like Tom Aspinall, does he really get credit? Because he even said it himself. This guy's never beat a champion. He hasn't done anything to really warrant calling out Jon Jones, except for being the number one contender. And I guess that's all it takes, And as I say that, I realize, like, damn, as a fan, we got to get out of that. A guy then worked his way up to fight for the title, and just because you've minted a legacy to the point where, you can pretty much control your destiny, that this guy has worked hard to get to that point. How can he beat a champion if you're the champion and he doesn't get a shot? So I think as fans, we got to get away from that, because we've watched the guy do so much, and I wouldn't want to see him hold up the division because of that, Tom Aspinall worked to get his spot. Hopefully he does give him the shot. I think he beats him. I think the timing and the the validity of the fight, I think it will get to Tom Aspinall, and I think he'll try to do too much, and Jon Jones will be very patient, and the experience will play a factor in that fight. If he doesn't fight a Tom Aspinall, Alex Pereira, like I said, Jon Jones can do so much. I think he beats Alex Pereira easy, because Alex Pereira is only a striker. And I think Jon Jones wastes no time getting him down to the ground and taking him out quickly and swiftly. I think he might try to fight with him just to, nah. I think he just goes in there and take him down and, get the fight over with. Do I think he can beat him standing? I don't know. I feel like it'd be the same thing. I feel like it'd be the Francis and Ngannou fight that we didn't get. Even though Francis is a bigger, probably stronger puncher than Alex. I think more so Alex power comes from like a tank type of thing, more pinpoint accuracy. He hits you in the right spot at the right time. And I think that's more so what translate to his power. But I think Jon Jones is just too much aware. His awareness is, he knows where your foot is, your hands are at all time. He can see things coming a mile away. So I think he beats both of those guys. His experience just outweighs theirs, and I think a guy like Tom Aspinall, being so young, he may there may be a moment in the fight where he feel like he can capitalize on, and he might just do too much, go too far in, and leave himself open to lose the fight. But like I said, it's something that we just gotta wait and see. I hope he doesn't retire. He said he probably won't. Gotta talk to Uncle Dana. I'm glad he's back. He's been one of my favorite fighters since the first time I seen him fight. I was on the bandwagon since the first time I seen him fight, and it just so happened he won the belt and defended it all those times. So it was great to be a fan. Same thing with Ilya. I've been a fan since I think he like 2 fights, like a fight or 2 before he fought Bryce Mitchell. I've been a fan of Ilya, and it's good to jump on the bandwagon early with guys like that, because you can be a fan and watch them dominate. Same thing with Anderson Silva. I was a fan of his as soon as I seen him beat the guy with the red hair. I can't think of his name right now. So it's just like one of those things where you can see it. I don't know if I just got lucky picking those guys, but it's like you can see the talent when you see guys fight like that, and it only took one time to see those guys fight for me to know. Ilya, I didn't know too much about. All they kept saying was he's a jiu-jitsu practitioner. But when I seen his hands, I was like, if he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu and he's throwing his hands like that, the sky's the limit for this guy. And now we see he got the belt. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all the YouTube stuff. And I'm out. Shit.